Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Do more with your new GUT Credit Union Visa debit card, which gives you access to your cash at any Connex or Visa certified ATMs locally and internationally. Make your payments with a tap of your card using the contactless feature and have the freedom to make purchases locally, online, or overseas whenever you travel, anywhere Visa is accepted. Experience the enhanced security fraud protection through the Visa chip technology. If you don't have your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, speak to any one of our representatives today to do more. Your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, a smarter way to access your cash. More smart, more secure.
This is the network news for today, Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. I am Beverly Telesford.
And I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. In the headlines, Ron Redhead challenges the registration process in St. George Northeast.
24-year-old Kareen James ready to contest the general elections.
Peterson Mitchell to be sentenced on July 11 after jury found him guilty of non-capital murder.
Air Canada's direct service returns in October with twice weekly flights.
In around the globe, regionally, $1 billion flowing into Jamaica from lotto scams, drugs, and money laundering annually.
Internationally, the Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II marks her 70-year reign.
Plus, in the sports news, Grenada Football Association's AGM and elections hint to a broken relationship between candidates vying for the post of president. Stay with us. The details after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Hello again from the Grenada Broadcasting Network. There will be no school on Election Day, June 23, 2022. However, schools that are examination centers will be open for the administration of CXC examinations, which is scheduled for that day. Well, that's according to a notice issued by the Ministry of Education on Thursday. Additionally, due to electoral requirements, it will not be possible for some schools to function as examination centers on Election Day. In light of this, CXC candidates at these schools will be accommodated at alternative venues. CXC students assigned to sit exams at the Anglican High School will now be at the Grenada Boys Secondary School. Boca Secondary School's new venue will be at Wesley College, Grenville Secondary at St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville, St. Mark's Secondary at St. Rose Modern Secondary, and Wester Hall Secondary at St. David's Catholic Secondary. We can tell you two principals of the named schools have been asked to ensure that all candidates to whom this change applies are duly informed. This temporary arrangement is for Election Day only.
Reports circulating Thursday morning are that candidate for the National Democratic Congress, Ron Redhead, filed objections over the registration of several people from the Grand Mall area in St. George Northwest constituency to the St. George Northeast constituency. GBN was told to speak with the returning officer for St. George Northeast, Ms. Barbara Charles. However, GBN was told by the assistant returning officer that Ms. Charles will return a call to the news desk. None was received. Follow-up calls to the office from GBN were futile.
other news, women have been making their mark in the political arena in recent times as the dynamics change to allow for more frontline female leaders. The youngest addition to the slate is Corinne James of the National Democratic Congress.
24-year-old Corinne James, the National Democratic Congress candidate for St. John, is the youngest candidate in the upcoming general elections. She will be competing against the New National Party's candidate, Alvin Dabrio. As a young woman in politics representing her people, James, who served as a senator, says all she receives are expressions of pride from the people she hopes to represent.
Well, the people, I would say they are always so proud and they feel so represented, especially our women. They feel very much represented. Women in politics is nothing new to us in the Caribbean and to the world. Sadly, we are the ones that were, not left to be in front as how we are today, but women's presence in politics has always been there. And so to be young, as a young person, just 24, and to be a woman is two blessings in disguise.
She expressed confidence that she can make the grade and live up to the expectations of the residents of St. John.
I would say 100%, but I met one of my constituents last week in Florida. Big up to yourself, Mr. Ferguson, and he said no, 199. So I would say I'm 199 confident that we have done the work, and on the day, the people would have to carry us through.
James is one of 4 women on the National Democratic Congress slate of candidates vying for their place in Parliament. Martin Washington Edwards, leader of the Renaissance Party, does not believe his team was given a fair chance to get registered on nomination day. Speaking with GBN's Christina John on Thursday, Edwards relayed his disappointment in the process.
Leader of the Renaissance Party, Martin Washington Edwards, Washi, claims that the nomination process was bewitched. The party leader and caretaker for St. George Northeast says originally 7 persons were selected for his team. However, only 3 were nominated. His 2 candidates will represent St. George South, Mr. Mendel Glendon Samuel, and the other St. George Southeast, Ms. Denica Checkley, who is also the party's deputy political leader.
7 of them will be there, but one of them couldn't make it. Is more than that, because I haven't heard from the others, because the guy for the east of St. Patrick told me is going, and obviously the lady from St. John, who's supposed to want body registration in Hatfield, I think she went in St. John, and she said she got nobody to go with her, so it was all messed up. You see, I think a bunch of witchcraft going on 10 line. So obviously that's what takes place.
He expressed dissatisfaction with the whole nomination process on Wednesday, which he believes impeded the other caretakers from being nominated. Mr. Edwards says he was given a raw deal even on the sister isle of Carriacou.
This one yesterday tell me that I showed a form here that it said that they said here that form I always put in the people's name, the candidate name in that section here, and afterwards write the name down here as well. They asked for surname here. So then I did that. But then yesterday they told me, no, that is not a procedure. My name is the only one to go here. And obviously they take about 20 minutes in doing this thing, argue here and there. And obviously I have had to go through the island to drop off nomination papers to the different offices. And that could not have been done. At least we did a couple, but the third one could not have been done because when I get there, we're 20 minutes late and they did not accept the application.
Edwards will be coming up against the NDC's Ron Redhead, and the NNP's Nimrod Oliver says he is quite confident of winning his seat come June 23rd, 2022.
I'm quite confident because my constituency, many of the people have given me the assurance that they will support me because of my policy. So then basically I'm quite positive for me, but for the Southeast I think we have to work on with them and the South. These are 3 places basically which got nominated. That in order for you get a good government, they must have us because the 2 political parties do not believe in our culture, which is the only thing to develop the country and to bring jobs into the country. And also both of them say if you don't take the vaccine, you should lose your job. And we are totally against it.
The The GRP party symbol is the staff and the leaf. Christelina John, GBN News.
This is news at 7. Still to come, Peterson Mitchell to be sentenced on July 11th after jury found him guilty of a non-capital murder. Stay with us.
Sisters and brothers, I ask you to hear me just on this point. Examine the team of the National Democratic Congress. You just examine them, compare them one by one. And what you see is an experienced group of people ready to take this country forward.
I'm Deacon Mitchell, and I endorse this message.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Please be advised that our office has been relocated to Steele's Commercial Complex, Grandance, St. George. We at CGI, Consumers Guarantee Insurance Company Limited, look forward to serving you at our new location. Call us on telephone number 440-0217 or visit our website www.insurecgi.com. The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Just as we are emerging from the global COVID-19 pandemic, fresh challenges lay on the horizon, and with a war in Europe inducing global inflationary pressures and global supply chain issues adding to a complex economic environment, this moment calls for experienced leadership and steady hands. Do not chance the future in these dangerous times. The new National Party has a team built to navigate tough times and to bring the nation to safer waters. Vote NNP. Safer hands.
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Are you ready for more track and field action? Then the National Lottery Authority sponsored Whitsuntide Games 2022 is on Saturday, June 4th at the Kenroy James Athletic Stadium. Track and field action starts at 12:30 p.m. Admission, adults pay 15, children under 12 pay 10. To get this track and field action, you gotta be at the Kenroy James Athletic Stadium, June 4th at 12:30 p.m. for the Whitsuntide Games, sponsored by Lotto.
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
The most anticipated family fun-filled event on the GBN calendar is back. The Maggie King of the Grill. Join us on June 4th at Mount Rouge. Be part of the culinary masterpiece as the best grillers on island compete for the coveted title of the Maggie King of the Grill. Think you have what it takes? Be part of the action. June 4th. Book your spot. If not, step away from the grill. If you can't handle the heat. Maggie King of the Grill is sponsored by Maggie, Matook's Barbecue Sauce, Rubis, Dasani Water, Calico Shopping Center, Duty Free Caribbean, and Siesta Hotel.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This is GBN. The trial of the 2017 killing of 61-year-old Junior Lewis of Grandin, St. George has ended, and a sentencing date has been set.
42-year-old Peterson Mitchell, who resided at Grandin, St. George, was charged with the offense of non-capital murder after inflicting a blow to another resident of the same area in the back of the head with a piece of wood. According to reports, both men, 61-year-old Junior Lewis, also known as Copperman, and Mitchell, also known as Trade Center, were mentally challenged and made regular visits to the Mungay Hospital. The trial before Justice Paula Guilford began on May 24th, and he was found guilty by a jury on May 31st. 2022. The accused Mitchell, commonly known as Trade Center, was well known around the area and was described as a non-violent person. Reports are that an argument over money resulted in him becoming vicious towards the deceased. Lewis was rushed to the hospital, where he died 2 days later from his injuries. An autopsy report stated that he died as a result of blunt force trauma to the head. Mitchell was remanded to the Richmond Hill Prison in April 2017. Sentencing for Mitchell is set for July 11th. He is represented by attorney George Prime. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Moving now to other news, Grenadians are advised to ensure they are prepared for the hurricane season, which officially began on Wednesday. Winston Garvey is setting the stage for when a new government is elected or returned and Parliament reopens to table a bill that lays the groundwork for disaster management.
Winston Garvey is marking the start of the 2022 hurricane season with the completion of the National Disaster Management Bill. He said the bill is ready to be tabled in Parliament. Garvey made the disclosure during his address to the start of the hurricane season, which began on June 1st and concludes on November 30th.
This essential piece of legislation will give effect to a robust institutional arrangement for comprehensive disaster management. This legislative framework equips critical stakeholders with the tools needed to make systemic changes for improved disaster risks management. This legislative agenda was further supported with technical assistance from the World Bank and the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CIDIMA, in the following areas: communication to create messages specific to vulnerable groups, update the National Hurricane Plan, review and update notification procedures and Emergency Operations Center manual, and build capacity through training of staff and key personnel in EOC management.
Parliament is presently dissolved to prepare for the upcoming general elections carded for June 23, 2022. Grenadians are encouraged to formulate a family plan for the hurricane season.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, predicts above average hurricane activity for 2022, which is attributed to several climate factors, including the ongoing La Nina that is likely to persist throughout the hurricane season. Warmer than average sea surface temperatures in the Atlantic Ocean and Caribbean Sea, weaker tropical Atlantic trade winds, and an enhanced West African monsoon.
Families are advised to review and update family emergency plans, check health and house insurance to ensure they are up to date, replenish emergency kits, identify the closest shelter to your home, and open or clear drains. He says protecting one's mental health is also important.
One sure way to effectively cope with this seasonal mental strain is early preparation, as evidence suggests that people often feel much better when they have plans of action in place. Anxiety really spikes when one is caught off guard. Don't be caught off guard this season. Be prepared.
This year's hurricane season is predicted to be above normal. Cherry Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
The stench and buildup of sargassum seaweed in recent years along the coastline have become the biggest challenges for people who work and reside on the eastern side of the country. The political leader of the National Democratic Congress is promising to address the issue and utilize the product for positive gains.
Addressing party supporters at a town hall meeting in Grenville, St. Andrew, Wednesday night, political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Dickon Mitchell, spoke about his plans to address the issue of the sargassum seaweed along the eastern corridor. Mitchell said the seaweed, which he labels as assets, is left along the seacoast without utilization. His party's plans, if elected into government on June 23rd, is to capture the seaweed before it gets to shore.
If you view life negatively, you will simply perhaps see the sargassum as a problem. But if you view life positively, we know that everything that has been placed on planet Earth is placed there by the Creator. And He gives us the wisdom to find creative ways to use whatever it is that is on planet Earth. So we see the sargassum as an opportunity for us, in fact, to be able to use it to the benefit of Grenada.
The NDC leader says other regional islands have already been capitalizing on the use of the sargassum seaweed.
And so we intend, first of all, to capture the sargassum before it gets to shore. We intend to research, bring into Grenada nets that we can run along the coastline so that we can capture the sargassum before it gets to shore. We can then bring it ashore. We can then store it appropriately, conduct the necessary research on it, and use the findings from the research to create products that would be useful for us.
Mitchell believes there are enough scientists and researchers in the region who can help with addressing the issue.
We intend to address this matter and address it in a way that will in fact create economic activities for St. Andrew and St. David. So we want to assure you that we will not simply allow this problem to go unchecked. And I think even some of our farmers in the past have to some extent begun using the sargassum as fertilizer. But in fact, there is very little support being provided by the Ministry of Agriculture or any other research department or group within the government. And so that is something we intend to tackle.
In 2018, government called for the sargassum problem impacting the Caribbean region to be treated as a climate change issue. It lobbied the OECS Secretariat to find a solution, which included seeking financial support to address the issue as a regional one. The focus of NDC's latest meeting ahead of the June 23rd general elections was disclosing plans for St. Andrew with a focus on agriculture, fishing, and urban development. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. GBN posted to its Facebook page a youngster acting in his duties as a police officer. Our social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts on the little officer's video. Octavia said, "Love to see that he is very brave. That puts a smile on my face. I guess he will be a police officer." Lisa added, "The futures of the policemen are great." Remy said, "Love this youth's potential. Hope and pray he works toward what he wants in life." Casta chimed in, "The nation is in safe hands." Lisa said, "It's the hand on the waist for me. He's watching them good. Wonder what he write down there, boy." Dee said, dying with laughter, "What was the ticket for? Driving down the street? Too adorable." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms. Still to come in the news, Air Canada's direct service returns in October with twice weekly flights. This is News at 7. Stay with us.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is rolling out D-Cash, the next step in the evolution of the EC dollar. Use D-Cash to send and receive money to and from friends and family. Make payments directly from your smart device. Make payments from wherever you are. Download the app from the Google Play or Apple Store and sign up, or visit dcashec.com for more information. The future of the EC dollar is digital. Let's make history together.
Get your game on all month long at Courts. Stream your favorite game or movies on a new tablet. Relax on a new recliner with your snack fresh out of your brand new fridge. Keep your heart and health in check with a home gym set and Wi-Fi compatible smart products and much more. Shop today with no cash and get instant credit. Get your game on. Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Spice Mass is back! And Grenada Distillers Limited wants you to win big with its bottleneck promotion. With every purchase of pure white or special dark, you are automatically entered for a chance to win. Win tickets to Soca Mona. Win free costumes. Win bottles of Clark Scott Rum, Grenada's #1. Win cold hard cash and more. Simply write your name, address, and contact details at the back of this bottleneck and insert in the boxes at participating outlets and the Clark Scott sales van. Win big for Spice Mass with Clark Scott, Grenada's #1 rum.
The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Are you ready? If you love this country now, show me your hands.
Grenada has taken the first steps towards staying in safer hands.
Show me your hands.
All 50 15 new National Party candidates, members of a tried and tested team, have now been duly nominated. Grenada gets ready for the next chapter as we move across the bridge to the future that has been built. The new National Party, a team with leaders that are ready for the moment. Vote NNP. Safer hands.
Tell me something, if a crisis hit, who you go call? A pandemic, where you go talk? Which one on your team, who you go call? Help deal with it, where you go talk?
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
The Spice Boys are playing CONCACAF top-tier football, and we want you to be in on the action. Don't miss it. Book your spots now at the Kenroy James Athletic Stadium for Tuesday, June 7th to see the Spice Boys take on El Salvador in the CONCACAF Nations League. Tickets are $30 adults and $10 for children. Available at the GFA building, Queen's Park, St. George's. You can also purchase the latest Spice Boys replica t-shirts at the GFA for only $100 to support the Spice Boys. The Spice Boys versus El Salvador, Tuesday, June 7th, 7 p.m. Kenroy James Athletic Stadium. Come, let's support the Spice Boys.
Sponsored by the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. Air Canada's direct service from Toronto to Grenada commences on October 30. The service will be twice weekly on Sundays and Thursdays, connecting Toronto Pearson International Airport to Maurice Bishop International Airport. Dr. Clarice Modeste-Cohen says the return of Air Canada is welcome news at a time when accessibility and travel convenience are key to attracting international visitors. Diana Rodriguez, Product Director at Air Canada Vacations, welcomes the resumption of services to Grenada, saying the destination is pacing ahead of 2019 numbers and group business is up 37%. Air Canada's service resumption comes on the heels of a Canadian market visit by the Grenada Tourism Authority's Chief Executive Officer Petro Roach, who met with industry stakeholders to share developmental plans for the growth of the market and to agree on collaborative initiatives to drive business for the winter season.
And now we take a look at tonight's GBN ISA.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISA is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Climbing into tonight's I Saw is Brother Dunstan, a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Samaritan St. Mark, who is 94 years of age. Brother Dunstan is being recognized for making it up Mount Kublal in a fine style. He said at his age, he wants people to know that aging does not mean one can't enjoy some of the things they enjoyed doing as a youth.
How are you? I'm fine. At 94 years, how does it feel to make that journey up to Kublal?
It's 94.
Well, at first, you know. I know the old man. I know what I do. Right. And before this, I was talking about coming up. Well, they tell me I can't make that. And see, that time we was in Duquesne. See what I could walk from here to Grenville and back. Right. Kublal, well, I ain't know about it. I'm only hearing your name. But by the grace of the Almighty, I sure I can make that. Right. So I'm right up on Kublal, enjoying myself.
Our ISA reporter wished to celebrate the elder as he accomplished this milestone. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms. Stay with us for a look at the weather and what's to come in sports.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
I'm a cool kid, you're a cool kid, we are cool kids, are you a cool kid? Try all the Fruit of Cool Kids flavors, it's a whole box of fun.
The most anticipated family fun-filled event on the GBN calendar is back. The Maggie King of the Grill. Join us on June 4th at Mount Rouge. Be part of the culinary masterpiece as the best grillers on island compete for the coveted title of the Maggie King of the Grill. Think you have what it takes? Be part of the action. June 4th. Book your spot. If not, step away from the grill if you can't handle the heat. Maggie King of the Grill is sponsored by Maggie, Matuk's Barbecue Sauce, Rubis, Dasani Water, Calico Shopping Center, Duty Free Caribbean, and Siesta Hotel.
evening, sporting fans. As the countdown continues to the June 11 Grenada Football Association's annual general meeting and elections, the relationship between the two presidential candidates is being questioned. According to the incumbent GFA president Chenny Joseph, who appeared as a guest on the Talk Sports program, his competitor or challenger, Marlon Glean, has not spoken to him since his return to Grenada. Joseph believes they had an excellent relationship prior, noting he was a major influencer to Marlon Glean's post as Regional Development Officer for Barbados.
The very first candidate that I had considered was Cajetan Hood for the job. And when I approached Cajetan Hood, he was not prepared to give up the position of Attorney General of Grenada. So I then looked, and then I went back to Kaji and I asked him to recommend someone to me. And Kaji recommended that gentleman. And I then asked him to send me a CV, which he did, and I sent it off to those persons I needed to send it to, and they said, Chenny, I like it. So they then told me to let him proceed with the formal application. And he didn't apply. I knew it was, I told him plain out when he sent it to me the first time. I say, boss, based on the feedback, we good to go.
The GFA president says he was surprised by announcements of Glean's candidacy.
When persons were telling me he was going to run against me, I didn't believe them because I told them plain out, the relationship I thought we had, I don't expect him to do that without kind of giving me a hint, hey, partner, them people forcing me, I'm going to run against you, But he didn't. But the truth is, Michael, this is not a closed activity. I think he has a right to do it.
Well, still with football and GFA elections next Saturday, Marlon Glean, in a recent interview with Uncut Media, noted he had intended to resign from his post with FIFA and return to Grenada 2 years ago. Glean admitted that it was never his intention to get involved in the politics of the Grenada Football Association.
But upon my return, I was asked on many occasions to get involved in the football politics and to be more specific, to make a run at the presidency. It's something I gave a lot of consideration to, knowing that I'm just coming back and I'm just trying to re-establish myself in Grenada. I made the conscious decision about 2 years ago that I was no longer going to work for anyone or be employed by anyone. So at present, I'm literally working for myself. You said there is tension with the leading up to the elections. You said there is tensions in the campaign. I don't think there is any tension.
However, the state of football development in Grenada was a major factor in his decision.
If you look at Grenada football over the last 20 years or so, and 3/4 of it, the present administration has been at the forefront of it. We've literally have had no development programs. And I'll start with our current senior men's national team. The senior men's national team left Grenada a couple months ago for 2 matches in Europe. And only 6 players from Grenada were selected to travel with the national team. All the other players, or most of the other players, came from different low division teams.
Youth development in football was another area of concern for the GFA presidential candidate.
We haven't had any programs for youth development, and as a result, all our youth national teams, they travel abroad to CONCACAF, to CFU U14, CONCACAF U15, CONCACAF U17, CONCACAF U20, and they'll play 2 or 3 games, they lose all the games, and then they're back. We saw what happened to the girls team recently. They played against the United States, and they were beaten 20-0. Now, it's unfortunate that the girls were put into that situation because I don't think they were prepared. In the US today, a young girl at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is probably playing about 100, 120 matches a year. In Grenada today, if you're a young girl at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, as a matter of fact, there is no youth competitions for girls presently.
All right, so we can tell you Marlon Gleen's stint as FIFA's Regional Development Officer concluded on May 31, and a letter of reference was issued based on his work during the last 5 years. Moving to cricket, a chemo Paul Pfeiffer triggered a batting collapse of the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force in the afternoon session against the Guyana Harpy Eagles at the Queen's Park Oval in round 5 of the West Indies Championship 2022. Winning the toss and electing to bat first, home team Red Force ended day 1 on 203 for 9. Chemo Paul ended the day with figures of 5 for 41 from 17 overs.
Well, today has been a tough day, honestly speaking. Back home, my uncle has died. He died yesterday, so I wasn't sure if I was going to play today. So first of all, I want to dedicate this performance to him, and to my mom also, who's going through a lot. So yeah, I just went out there today, and I wanted to do well. I programmed my mind. I wanted to put up a performance for them. So I think I did that, and I'll see how the game goes.
Well, Paul dedicated his performance in memory of his uncle who passed away yesterday, and he himself wasn't sure if he would be playing in the match.
Yes, obviously we all know, the two sessions prior to lunch and then after lunch, they not batted really, really well. Jason Mohammed and Solozano, they dug in. The wicket wasn't too hard to bat on, so they made full use of it. They batted pretty well. And then, coming back after tea, our plan was just to bowl one side of the wicket, set a proper field and just try to stick to the basics and be patient. And I think that worked for us. We got Jason and that started somewhat of a slide. So I think we stuck to our plan really well after tea, and it worked really well for us.
Meanwhile, at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Paul Palmer, supported by Jamie Merchant, played a gritty and patient innings to rescue the Jamaica Scorpions from a batting collapse. With their team on 119 for 6, Palmer and Merchant posted a 102-run partnership, which saw Palmer bring up his 4th first-class century and his highest score of 144 not out, while Merchant fell for 55 to bring Scorpions to 302 all out. Finally, West Indies pulled off another win in the One Day International Series against Netherlands, powered by Brandon King, newcomer Casey Carty, and Akil Hussain. Netherlands got off to a blistering start, with the opening batsman reaching 101 not out before a batting collapse led to a paltry score of 214, despite the efforts of Scott Edwards, top score of 68, as wickets fell around him. Hussain was the pick of the West Indies bowling, capturing 4 wickets for 39 runs in his 10 overs. We can tell you West Indies top order batsmen struggled in the chase before a partnership from Brandon King and Kyle Myers brought the score from 60 for 4 to 99 for 5. Then Casey Carty, 43 not out, joined King, who stroked an unbeaten 91 to bring the game home. That's the sports news for the moment. Regionally, proceeds from lotto scamming, money laundering, cyber crimes, as well as drug and firearms trafficking have reportedly resulted in the annual flow of at least $1 billion into Jamaica. The illicit activities posing a grave risk to the stability of the Jamaican state, declared Minister for National Security Dr. Horace Chan in his contribution to the sectoral debate in Gordon House this afternoon. TVJ News has the rest of the details.
Lottery scamming and its link to violent crimes such as murders has been plaguing Jamaica for years, and now it can be described as a crisis.
It is alleged, Madam Speaker, that some $1 billion is coming to the country through these means. 1 billion and rising. That's a huge amount of money, and it provides a risk to the stability of a state, because not only buy guns that kill people, undermine and corrupt institutions, and indeed, when it gets well known, it does impact on the economy.
Institutions such as the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency and the Financial Investigative Division have been working to track down the scammers and put them behind bars. In the interim, though, the National Security Minister insists that hardcore policing is needed to deal with hardcore criminals involved in lottery scamming. Social programs, he argues, are not enough.
A man who is scamming $100,000 a month and have guns or hire gunmen beside him traveling. You can't talk about counseling him and giving $5,000 a week.
Now, the United States Embassy in Georgetown has provided reasons for the backlog in B1 and B2 visa applications and the long wait for face-to-face interviews. More from HGP TV.
During a recent interview on the Jumpstart radio program, the United States Embassy's Public Affairs Officer, Valletta Talandis, confirmed that the backlog in the U.S. holiday visa applications has been a global issue due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic.
Just to let you know, you're not alone in this process. This is a global issue that's happening all over the world, apparently due to the COVID pandemic, which had a snowball effect over 2 years.
The Public Affairs Officer added that while this significant delay is affecting the B1, B2, or holiday visas, the student, diplomatic, and other categories of non-immigrant visas are not affected by the lengthy delays.
If you have an existing visa, if you had a visa, a B1, B2, or a C1D that is expired less than 48 months ago, you can apply to perhaps get an interview waiver, so you don't have to come in for appointment. That's the first point. Second point, for new visa holders, there are 8 categories of emergency visas.
The 8 categories of emergency visas she listed as humanitarian, diplomatic official, student, travel to advance United States government interests, age visas associated with the production of food and medical professionals, individuals traveling to United States as air or sea crew, medical emergencies in the U.S. and urgent business travel to U.S. visa.
This other one to report, Queen Elizabeth II is the United Kingdom's longest reigning royal and among the world's longest ruling monarchs in history. The 96-year-old marked her Platinum Jubilee on February 6 as she ascended to the throne 70 years ago in 1952 following the death of her father, King George VI. To commemorate this on Thursday, millions of people in the UK and across the world are starting a 4-day celebration honouring her reign. Al Jazeera has more.
In the skies above Buckingham Palace, the deafening roar of fighter jets. On the balcony below, a woman who could comfortably claim to be among the most famous people in modern history. 96-year-old Queen Elizabeth II, grandmother, mother, and Britain's longest-serving monarch. There were notable faces missing from the moment. Prince Andrew stripped of his royal titles in the wake of sexual assault allegations. And Prince Harry after his decision to leave royal life behind him. Both joined celebrations behind the scenes. The day began with the Trooping of the Colour, a display of military pageantry marking the Queen's official birthday, and the start of several days of events and street parties commemorating her long reign. The celebrations, of course, aren't for everyone. For those who would rather abolish the monarchy, Queen Elizabeth represents hierarchy and privilege, yet she still manages to appeal to many.
Although it's a hereditary monarchy and she inherited the throne, Prince of Wales will inherit the throne, there is a democratic process. I mean, unless the public support the monarchy, it wouldn't exist.
Stay with us to remind you of the headlines after this. The headlines before we leave you. The NDC's Ron Redhead challenges the registration process in St. George Northeast.
24-year-old Karine James ready to contest general elections.
Peterson Mitchell to be sentenced on July 11 after jury found him guilty of non-capital murder.
Air Canada's direct service returns in October with twice weekly flights.
In around the globe, $1 billion flowing into Jamaica from lotto scams, drugs, and money laundering annually.
Internationally, Queen Elizabeth II's Jubilee marks her 70-year reign.
And in the sports news, Grenada Football Association's AGM and elections hinge to a broken relationship between candidates vying for the post of president. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight.
Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Beverly Telesford.
I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's the news. Thanks for choosing GBN. Good night.
The most anticipated